Hello MGTOWs, hello men, hello MRAs. Today I want to talk a little bit about something. I know you all had this happen to you once in your life, or probably very recently, and I wanted to talk about the tradcon delusion. Lately I was sitting into a pub. I'm eating my lunch or whatever it was I was getting. I was having a few beers at the pub, and Ray Rice pops up again. And TMC's been playing it all week, and there's a couple sitting next to me and a couple on the other side of me, and my thoughts on the opinion, we're all talking, and it got very heated. My opinion was Ray Rice, his woman hit him, got into the elevator, hit him again, and then tried to hit him again. And at that point, my thoughts is that he defended himself. But we're all watching the same video, and the two tradcon couples on each side of me totally didn't see what I seen. All they seen was the last punch. And then when I asked them, didn't you see her hit him? No, they didn't. No, that didn't happen. In their brains, in their little peon tradcon brains, they don't permit themselves to see it. And I said, you're delusional. I said, she hit him twice. She hit him 3 times, and she come in trying to do an uppercut on him the last time. I mean, if you just watch it, and they showed it again, and I said, see? And then they said, no, she didn't try to hit him. He hit her. And I call this the tradcon delusion. Tradcons see what they want to see. They hear what they want to hear, and they disregard the rest. They make up little stories in their head why it was okay for her to hit him, and then they reinforce it with this delusion that she didn't do nothing wrong. And I see this a million times over in my life with little things, big things, TV things, sports things, all sorts of things. They do this all the time. They see what they want to see, and it's delusional. So let's talk about what a delusion is. A delusion is a belief held with strong conviction despite superior evidence of the contrary. As a psychopath, it is distant from a belief based on false or incomplete information. An illusion is an effective perception. Perception is delusions typically occur when the context of a neurological or mental illness, and that's what I've been saying. The feminists and the tradcons, they have a mental illness, although they are not tied with any particular disease or found and occurred in context with many psychological states, both physical and mental. You can have delusions from being physically abused too. However, they are particularly diagnosed as an important psychotic disorder of schizophrenia, paranoia, manic episodes, bipolar, psychotic depression. Now, when I'm sitting there watching that video today, and I see these two couples, and there was another couple that really, we had a big argument about this, just totally not see something because they don't want to see it. And that's one of the problems. Tradcons are living in this fantasy world where they have delusions about the way reality is, and those delusions roll over into your space if you let them. Now, back to the Ray Rice thing. I'm sorry, I said Ray Lewis early, didn't I? I mean Ray Rice. We're looking at the Ray Rice thing, and it's clear what happened, and it's clear what's probably been happening to Ray Rice for a long time, that she's been hitting him. And the argument I was having was, they said he hit her, And I said, no, he didn't hit her. I said, he defended himself. There's a difference. Legally, you're allowed to defend yourself against an aggressor. She was the aggressor, and he defended himself. Now, the force he used looked like it was pretty tapered down. It looked like, but it still looked like, to a tradcon, like that was over force. No, he gave her a quick little jab is what he did. He made her stop. But that's all the tradcon can see, is the quick little jab that he gave her. They don't permit themselves to see the reality that she hit him in the hallway, she hit him once, and then she went up to hit him and give him an uppercut, and God knows what she was doing with her other hand. She was probably ripping or scratching or tearing or trying to pinch with the other hand behind his back. From the camera angle that we were seeing, you cannot tell what she was doing with it. I'm sure she had grabbed hold of him. And let's talk about that. VAW laws are very clear about grabbing a hold of somebody and holding them. VAW laws are very clear about what's violence and what's not violence. She should have been arrested. Was she arrested? No. Ray Rice now has his he was cut by the team that he was playing for today. He was cut. Why? He was cut because he defended himself. It's the tradcon delusion. Now this delusion is all over TV, and I see this with a lot of the tradcons on CNN, TMC, the football, the national, the NFL. They really believe that she didn't do nothing to deserve that. But if you watch the tape, you can clearly see there was 2 incidents before he defended himself. But they can't see it. They're in a delusional state of tradconness. It's a delusional state of cultural Marxism that's all over our country. And when little girls kick little boys in their balls, oh, he hit her back? Well, that's wrong. No, she sexually abused him. They don't permit themselves to see this. It's a delusional disorder. And that's why I keep pounding on these people need mental help. The mental help society out there needs to look at this and say we have a section of our society that lives in a delusional world of unicorns and butterflies, and the rest of us are paying for it. So I guess what we have here is some sort of like a crowd madness or a group psychology, group mob psychology at least, that there's this shared delusion between all tradcons and all pussy hounds and all feminists, that the woman cannot do no wrong. And when you step back as a MGTOW and you witness this, it's a very queer thing to look at. It's like they're under a delusion. I like to look at it like Gustave Le Bon did some work way back when. I can't really remember the dates, but it was a folie de deux and a folie de family and a folie la plaisir is what he was talking about. And what he's talking about is a madness of many, when entire groups of people start believing in this delusion. And it seems to be what we have with this with this tradcon thing. And when they look at things like the Ray Rice, they can't see the reality of what's going on in that. They completely put out of their mind that maybe she did do something wrong, but they automatically give her a pass on that. And that's I think it would have to do a lot more with de-individuality theory, de-individualization theory. Argues that typical crowd situation factors, or people lose their anonymity. There's a group unite, and it can weaken the individual personality and this is pretty when you start looking at de-individualization theory, what works is there's anonymity, and we see this a lot, and what really works good with these with people that buy into these large group psychosis is e.g. Shame, guilt, de-evaluation behavior. Doesn't that sound familiar for these people? That they live on shame and guilt and de-evaluation. By distancing people from their personal identities and reducing their concern for social evolution. We see this a lot, which the tradcons want to move back. It might be something that you might want to look at as de-individualization theory, and the lack of resistance increases individual sensitivity to their environment, which lessens rational forethought. So the group is thinking for them. The Tradcon Nation, all they have to do is agree, and it's much easier for them. There was some American social psychologist Leon Festering. You can look up that. I'll put the wiki page up here that they explain this in, and you can look through it if you want. But I see these delusions so heavy in these tradcons, and sometimes it really, really bothers me. What do you think, Mgtow's? I'm thinking it's a mental illness. Most of these, at least it's some kind of sickness, some kind of group sickness that I'm seeing, and they can't see the truth. But with de-individualization theory, it worked good with the KKK. It works good with Hitler. Worked very good with the German nation at that time. It is working very good on the tradcons. Guilt, shame, and devaluation, and there you go. You got a perfect sheep. All the little sheeple's going to follow them, and they're just going to agree with each other. And whoever's putting out the information, obviously the government, are getting what they want. So, what do you think, Mgtows?